Chen got that pressure.
What up, YouTube? This Chen from Like Minds Productions, and yeah, I fucked around and made the switch, bro. Finally got me an MPC. Like, it been a long time coming since shit. I started when I was 10 years old. I went to a guy's studio and he had the MPC 1000, the red and blue one. I never forget this day. Like, never forget this motherfucking day, bro. Man, I'm talking about he pumping beats out, bro. Like, pumping them out, and I'm standing there, I'm a little kid. I'm like, man, I could make a beat. Keep asking him. He ignored me a few times, and the last time, he like, nah, man, I can't let you, He said it in a respectful way, but, and I was upset because, shit, man, this is my first time seeing somebody make music. I never knew how it was made. At that time, I was recording on instrumentals on the karaoke machine and shit, but I never knew how the beats was actually made. And for me to see that, it just blew my mind. And the MPC in particular, I just thought that was the only way to make music. So, I need a beat machine. Found the catalog, seen how much it was, and it came out, it was $1,500. Man, I knew my mama didn't have the money to get that for me, but I still went to her. I say, Ma, you think you get this for me? And she was like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be able to get that. She just told me straight off top, and I knew it, but I still had to take that leap, man. I had to take that jump, bro. But end up a few years later, started making beats on Music Generator, shit like that, like just figuring out all these nigga rig ways to make beats, and I ended up buying a computer. And when I bought the computer, I got Fruity Loops. Then I ended up transitioning to Reason, then transitioned back to Fruity Loops because I found out about VSTs. Started using shit like Salent, Nexus, at that time, the shit everybody else was using, and then Ableton. I seen a video with Ski Beats, and the reason Ableton caught my eye was because it's, to me at that time, it felt like the closest thing to something like an MPC, especially when I seen the drum pads. And I don't know, I went and bought me an MPD. I think that's what it was called, MPD 16, one of them, and I hooked it up to Reasons, and I was trying to emulate that feel of having an MPC. Like, I'll never forget, you know what I'm saying? And I was on Ableton for a nice amount of time, and then I ended up buying a Mac and Logic. I've been using Logic for the last 6-7 years, and you still can't go wrong with Logic. You can't go wrong with no DAW, really. They all really the same. It's all preference. But I don't know, I just like trying different DAWs to kind of figure out where I'm at, and then it opens up different gates of creativity for me. Like, different DAWs, I might have different time periods, like with Infj when he was in the blue period. I might have been in my blue period when I was using Reason. You know what I'm saying? So different DAWs open up different creativity gates for me, and I make different types of beats depending on the DAW I'm using. Call it crazy, but yeah, that's just fuck. That's where I'm at with it. But I don't know. I was diving on YouTube one day and seen a guy making a beat on, I think it was Milo Beats maybe. Seen a guy making a beat on the Mpc One, and he was just talking about how I feel to make them in standalone and not having a computer and all that, and and it just took me back to the 10-year-old me. I was like, man, I want an MPC, so I was just looking at the Mpc One for the longest time, and it's like, I'm gonna get it. As soon as I get the money, I had a little opening, I'm gonna buy one. And so I didn't get the Mpc One, I ended up buying the Mpc Studio, because I had used the Mpc Beats software, and I made a beat. I'll put it in the description. Quality was good. It's like I barely had to put compression or anything on my drums or do anything. It just sounded good, just out the rip, just exporting it without doing nothing. Beat sounded, I'm talking about top tier to me, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what made me purchase the Mpc Studio. And shit, I was bumping them out. And one of the things that did sell me on it too was the vintage mode and how you can emulate the Mpc 3000. Never had an Mpc 3000. I can't tell you if the emulation is close to it, but that emulation sounds good to me. So I put that on every beat that I make. Any beat that I make, man, that bitch got the emulation, the Mpc 3000. And some beats I use the SP 1200 emulation in vintage mode. Sometimes, depending on if I want that grit, if I want like a little bit of distortion in it. But I don't know, like I done used so many Daws, and for some reason the quality on the MPC just stands out. And let me know if you feel the same way too, cause I could be tripping. Like it could just be me having this thing around the lower of it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I believe my ears, and I feel like the quality is actually a little better. You know what I'm saying? But leave some comments and let me know, like we can figure this out. But yeah, and then another selling point was the standalone capabilities. Like I never had a keyboard or a beat machine or drum machine, whatever you want to call it, that I can use without using a computer. Everything that I ever made beats with always was in the computer, every single time, and nothing wrong with it because I still use the MPC in standalone. I mean, I still use the MPC Key 37 in controller mode most of the time, but I'm not looking at the computer 80% of the time. I'm heads down, just listening, using my ears, you know what I'm saying? Using the actual screen on the keyboard, and you know, it's damn near like I'm in standalone mode. So, and one of the main reasons I do still use controller mode is because of plugins like Complete and Omnisphere, Contact, you know, rolling, what it's called? The rolling, shit, I forgot the name of it. But yeah, so most of the time I'm in controller mode because I still use a lot of different plugins that I can't use in the standalone mode. But standalone mode comes in handy because I can sit on the couch, sit the keyboard on my lap, you heard me, get a few ideas out, I might do this one time out the week where I just pump out like 10, 11, 12 ideas. And then when I'm sitting down actually finishing them up or really making beats, like really tuned in, I have beats that I can go to, ideas I can go to, and kind of just finish them up, add instruments that I couldn't add in standalone mode, things like that. But yeah, but that was one of the selling points. But the quality, that's what stood out to me the most, and that's really what made me make the switch. Just the lore around it, just that feeling of having a piece of history, even though these are new MPCs, but they still use the same structure. And I just seen a video with Roger Lynn using it, and he said it himself, like it's good. Like he didn't hate on it. He didn't have nothing bad to say because it's the same structure. And I know that some people was talking about the quality, saying that it's not the same as the MPC 3000. I couldn't tell you because I never had one. I never really experienced using one or being in the studio with someone using one. But with all of the plugins that we got now, and saturation, like the Studas, the Ampex, man, I'm pretty sure you can get close to the sound if you just do a little tweaking. So, but yeah, it's Chen from Like Minds Productions. Thank you for your time. Like, subscribe.